What is up, guys? Toilet here. Welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory, where last episode we built this beauty of a farm to produce computers and heavy modular frames. In this episode, we sadly are going to be saying sayonara to my main base and build a bigger, better, brighter, more incredible main base area. That includes storage for all the items I'm going to get, rail lines connecting everything, and just so much going on as we enter into phase 4. But to enter into phase 4, we need to first complete phase 3, which you see at the top right hand side. We got versatile frameworks that we need to do. We got modular engines, and we got adaptive control units. Now, I could just set up separate factories for this stuff to get done, but I have so many materials here coming in and going that I feel like I could just take from these bins and push them all the way through into manufacturers and whatever I need, and then push them up to the space elevator. So to get this video kicked off, I have a list of everything we're going to need for all of the parts. So for the versatile frameworks, we need 15,000 steel beams and 1,250 modular frames. For the modular engine, we need 7,500 rubber, 1,000 smart plating, and 1,000 motors. For the control unit, we need 200 computers, 500 circuit boards, 100 heavy modular frames, and 500 automated wiring. Most of those are pretty simple. Some of those I will have to make separately and then force in, but I thought of no better place to do this than inside my base because we're getting rid of it anyways. Might as well use it while we still have it. Sorry, I don't know why you're up here, pioneering statue, but I'm taking you down. We're just going to get, I'm sorry you guys have to go. I'm sorry. This is for good though. I can't destroy that because that's where my batteries are. I will probably keep the space up. I probably won't remove all of it because it does have my batteries in here and it just does look super cool in general. It's just going to be deserted. That's okay. All right, manufacturers making, we're going to put them over here. Oh my God, look at that. That looks so weird. I'm destroying my base. I feel so bad. All right. And then next to this, you need an assembler for the versatile framework. So we'll just put that here. It's not going to look pretty, but like I said, this is literally just to get us started. And we are going to overclock everything. This is going to be the modular engine, I guess. This is going to be the versatile framework. And this is going to be the adaptive control unit. We will put in our sumer slots because we want to output that to 2. Same thing with these, just like that. Output those to 2. And just like this, we will put those in there. Output these to, it's going to be 5 per minute. Oh yeah. Yes. Everything. Oh yes. Oh yes. So we should actually know. Oh no. I forgot the most important part. I need, oh, it's really dark in here now. All right. Can I just power these lights normally? There we go. Okay, cool. Now, while these cook, I need to go up to the top and I need to bring all of these down to the floor. How good at it? Oh, Jesus Christ. That's fine. There we go. Oh, cook. Oh, cook it. Yes. Yes. Versatile framework, modular engines. Yes. Cook it up. Beautiful. All right. We will let that monstrosity cook while we wait for everything to wait, what? I'm repeating myself. We'll let that monstrosity cook while we start on our base. We are going to be putting the base in the center of the map right here. Well, not right here. We're going to be doing it right over this lake right here because this is where the red forest is. And there's a crap ton of red trees that are just tall for no reason right here. And I really don't feel like removing all of those trees. I really don't. Not only am I lazy, I want to preserve nature. Okay, guys? So we're going to build it here. We might have to take down some trees because it's going to be one big circle base. Yes, I know. We're doing another circle. I get it. I have this. I have my rocket fuel factory and my new base all as circle. I get it. Okay. Circles are just so nice. They're so nice. And I figured we'd do another UFO type of, build. And we are going to keep this factory up and running because I work so hard on it. I don't really feel like moving all of this into like my main base. This is good here. I think the items will just come through, go into a station and be taken away by trains. Now, let me give you an idea of what this is going to look like, or at least how big it's going to be. All right, so this is this is how big it's gonna be. This is probably the biggest circle that I have made to date. I think this is like 46 blocks out. On the outer ring are going to be 4 train tracks. This only shows 2, but there's going to be also 2 below this as well. We're going to use the top line to move production and the bottom line to move storage. Now, as you can see, yeah, see, it's cutting through the red forest here. It's going to go all the way around. The trains will come in and down below, and I'll have a bunch of train stations down here, which will then lead up to a storage unit where I will have regular storage and, of course, how did I just punch like that? And so I don't know how many stations it will have. I need to get the whole shell worked out. I want it to go north, south, east, and west and shoot out, right? And go out, and there's going to be a bunch of other connections and stuff like that. We look at the map, it'll give you a good overview of how this is going to be laid out. We're going to have my main base smack dab in the quote unquote middle with a big circle rail line and all of my storage packed in there. And then we're going to have a north, south, east, and west line going all the way to the edges of the map. And then we're going to do kind of like a grid with those branching off and having some more roundabouts here and there to basically cover the entire world in train tracks and having trains be able to go anywhere they need to on the map. All right, let's go scout the location, shall we? We're gonna have to get rid of this line too. This giant line I had made because I think I had came over here and just ran out of jet fuel, so I had to walk all the way back because I just also didn't have any power yet. And it was just really annoying. I flew right over where I needed to go because I was talking. All right, this little area right here. There's not many resources here. I know there's oil nodes below here, but like I said, there's going to be up on the, so if we need these oil nodes, we can use them. So my first order of business is set up the hyper tube cannon to go back, but it is to build the center circle and get that taken care of, seeing how high I need it. I think I want it to be high enough to fit the train through that gap or above it, one of the two. That is the main gap because that is directly south. I don't want it too high, but I don't want it too low. You know what I mean? I want Goldilocks here. I wanted that. Ooh. So we're going to do some planning. We're going to do some height planning, and then start with the full circle, because that I know I can do, and that I know I can get done. And then we can just go from there. You know, we'll see where the river floats our boat, you know? All right. So basic 11 radius square, right? This is the size of my base now. Now from here, we go, this is 11, we go another 12 out. And I got to do that around the whole entire thing. And I'll show you why with this one. Once we hit that 12 mark right there, now we are at 23 radius. You can take your painted beam, freeform it onto these two here, and move this in 4 and down 4. And that'll create a nice smooth circle there all the way around. And I need to do that because then I need to extend this another 20. And I believe that is correct. Just take our painted beam, freeform it onto there, and then do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, that's basically how you create that big circle. And then you would just zoop these inward and it'll create the whole big circle. So I basically just got to do that all the way around. All right, ready? Ready? I'm going to complete the circle. Ready? And wham-bam. Oh, hey, this this circle is massive. It's hard to really show you how big this is. This is insanely huge. Like, I look so tiny. So I just put the rails up here, and then we're going to go down. I think I have an example here. Yes, we're going to go down like this. And then this will be where the second line is. Am I still in photo mode? I am. So I'm going to be down here and down here. And I guess the layer that I will be building on will be right about here, I guess. But I think what I'm going to do is I am going to build the ring around kind of detached from the center area and have it come in through like bridges and stuff. I don't know if you can imagine what I am saying. Okay, I'm gonna go mess around for a little bit. Keep building. You know the dealio with the dealio. No plan in mind. We are just placing stuff and hoping that it all connects. All right, so time for another little boop. I'll see you. I mean, I'll see you guys in a few hours, but you will see me in about 1 second. Okay, I guess we're doing this at nighttime because I I didn't realize it was nighttime until I started recording because I'm blind. But we got I did a good amount. I mean, you'll see once we go inside. But I have this now completely surrounded in 2 rails, and I have the dome on the top and the bottom working. We can check out the top first because not a lot has been done here. As you can see, we just have this ginormous open room. I realized once I finished building this, I'm like, this is huge. What am I going to be doing with all this space? I don't even know. This top room has not been dealt with yet. I was mainly focused on the bottom room because if we come down here, this is where, again, it's going to be dark, sorry. This is where all the trains come in. Look at that. It's going to be all my train stations coming in. So trains will come in. This will be the inn on the right side of the road because that is the way to drive. And it comes down this spiral, and then we'll either go through the circle to another destination or it will come around to one of these stations here. Now we have 48 stations. I don't think we'll need that much, but we have them. And then after it drops stuff off, it will come out of here and go either around or back up and out. And then all the storage will come up here. And then it'll shoot through the top like we do in the regular base and then get sorted. Whatever storage is going to be, I have not decided that yet. But I think since I have a plan for this. Don't worry, I have a plan. By the way, I'm using a new microphone. It's the Fifine. I call it the Fifine. And it's going through an audio mixer and all that. So hopefully it sounds a little better. I know my other mic was kind of getting, you know, sketchy. It was time for a new mic. I've had that mic for years. So I think this was a good choice. And this one comes with the cool little mixer so I can change my voice. Okay, so it's really cool. It has some custom buttons, has some sliders. Very cool. You should check it out. Got a nice little deal on this one. So hopefully my voice sounds a little better and will for the future projects. For storage, I don't know if I want to have it right behind here because there's a lot of items in this game, but I won't be using all of the storage components right away because you see I have these these inputs here. This is not 48, not 42. This is like 30 something inputs here. You know, I'm not going to be making that much of each item to where I'm going to need all these ports, but I want to bring that up and then get sorted somewhere. I have not entirely figured that out because we also need a hub, we need a workshop, we need a crafting bench. The hub, I have an interesting idea for the hub. I got this blueprint. I tested this. This will work if I do this correctly, of a quarter sphere that I can make I can make into a sphere and put the hub inside the sphere, right? It's just like a little ball. Right? I think I think that'll be funny. I'm sorry, I'm imagining it now. If I cover this top part up and put this like sticking out of the top just as its own thing and then just have like a hypertube like shoot it down back into the main base, I think that'll be really cool. Oh yeah, I want to show you what I've been working on blueprint wise for the rails. Oh, well, maybe I'll do that next. Maybe I'll just do the whole entire grid. Let's go over to my creative world and I'll show you what I have been working on. Okay, so for the train lines, I've been working on this design right here. Very nice little compact design. I wanted something to be actually holding the thing up. I was thinking about making it floating, but I didn't really feel like designing a booster. So I wanted to keep things simple. I have the right side lane doing blue and then the other side doing purple or the pink, which, you know, are my main colors. Got that cyan and pink. I promise you, once the space is done, the next thing we do will not be these colors. I realize we've done these colors so many times, but because it's my main base, I got to do these colors, you know, gots to. These are such nice color combinations. Reminds me of cotton candy, nice little neon punk-esque, and I really enjoy it. And then that'll continue all the way down to the bottom. I'm hoping these giant towers here don't look stupid. And the reason I say that is because of the fact that these are going to be super high in the air, like probably like you see that high, and then they're just going to be sticks. So I'm hoping it doesn't look dumb. But all right, now it is time for the grid. I'm honestly super excited for this part because I get to see the whole map and I get to literally just place a bunch of blueprints over and 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 over again. All right, boop incoming. in 3, 2, 1. So I this took so long, and so this, oh my god, this took a while. I don't know how well you can see everything around here, but I basically made the entire grid around the map high up in the air. And then here I did these rail wrap blueprint things here. Oops, ow. To come around the base. If we go over to like the intersections, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this on all of them or if I just want to do this on some of them, but I decided to do them on all the intersections that were outside of the main base area. So all of the so these are roundabouts here. Those are their intersections. These are going to be roundabouts, and I made blueprints for all of these, but it looks sick on top of this. And yeah, so that is now all done. I would show you all of it, but it basically all looks the same. And I think I think an easier way to show you guys what this looks like is on the Satisfactory calculator, because you can upload your save. And yeah, I'm just gonna show you real quick. This this is what it looks like. It's gonna be very laggy. There we go. So this is what this is what my map looks like so far. As you can see, it's actually symmetrical, kind of symmetrical, flipped, whatever. And that's basically what I did. I made sure everything was even Stevens around. I was gonna do like shorter sections, and then I was like, no, let's just make everything even. And then this part here, what I might do in the future is make a line going here around the edge, but that's a bridge we need to cross when we burn it, okay? And then same thing for over here in the Dune Desert. If I wanted to expand this, I could. And then same thing with here. For some reason, I wanted to make that little diagonal line. I could 100% do that. But I think this covers a good amount of ground, in my opinion. That took a lot longer than I wanted to, not gonna lie. But yes, the trains will come in here. As you can see, I have this little gate here. The top ones come in here. This inside track is for my weapons factory, which I don't think we're going to build in this episode. I have a example of one of the storage things. It's just basically like, you know, last time. And there's 40 total items in the game I want to store by the end. I'm not going to go over all of them. It's like the main stuff, everything that you need for the build gun, everything in here. Once we get also to more production stuff. Before they go into storage though, I want them to go into the dimensional depot. So what I'm going to do here is on the bottom, these are going to come up and through a dimensional depot. Where is it? Ow. There's a little like, it's just a 2 thing. They're going to come in from here. They're going to come up from there, go into this first one, fill up this one, overflow into the second one. And then once that overflows, that's going to come up through here and then go through the little, you know, spaces there straight up into those guys there. But I think the first thing to do is basically get all of these storage compartments taken care of. That way we have them settled. So we're gonna just go and place all of the storage units in and go from there. All right, so I got every single storage bin blueprint up that I needed in this circle, and I already started labeling some of these here, some of the basic stuff that I know I already have or will be getting soon in the future, including the heavy modular frames and the computers. And then I just put some random stuff here, and then forgot at the end that I did have quick wire and stators to bring over as well. I also brought everything up and over. So now it does kind of, you know, it's basically like the base I have now, but this time each item has its own row, which means we shouldn't be getting any backlog, which should be really nice. And if we come down here, I have also started laying down these blueprints that have the dimensional depots here. I have 2 of them for each. I figured 2 is a lot better than just 1 of them. And I just need to collect more Mercer spheres. And I haven't gotten rid of the ones at my main base, so I also have all of those. But I just did the first 10. These will come in from the train stations. They will get dropped into the smart splitters and into these until these get full. And then they will overflow into the next one and then overflow down and back up, and then into the respected storage containers. Now over here, I have this first station lined up. I have them connected to smart sinks. This isn't final. It looks very wonky. I'm going to fix all of this later. But I did this mainly because I want to test this out. This is going to be the plates, the rods, the screws, and the reinforced iron plates. And so I think what we can do now, I can test it because now it's just a matter of, you know, repetition and getting everything in. I just want to make sure the system works, you know. All right, so now comes the fun part. I need to find a way to build a station over here to where the train can come in, come down a spiral, come in, load up, go back up a spiral, and then go to the station. And then I got to bring all the items out somehow. This is going to be very interesting on how I'm going to do this because these are very tall. Luckily, these are for storage and not material, so I'm not worried about it being super tall because it's just transport. You know the whole deal with the dealio. What's stopping me from just, yeah, I can literally just put it on top of I think I'm going to put it on top of the roof, just literally right there, not right there. I wonder if I can, I wonder if I'll just put it down here. Yeah, I think, okay. The plan. We're going to test the system, make sure it works, make sure it can go. We can follow the train around, make sure it drops off properly, make sure everything goes in, and then I'll edit everything and I'll put a train state, like a big train station here and just have everything come out of this building here. And then I'm going to have like 3 train stations here. All right, cool. I'm going to go get this set up real quick. Okay. Definitely overcompensated how big this, how tall it is. That's a long way up and a long way down. So that'll be interesting to see how long that takes. And that'll also be interesting in the future to see how long it takes materials to move back and forth. But it looks cool and it will look cool once I finish like decorating all this. Now I just gotta do it on that side. All right, I got, this is gonna look so funny once all of them are just, it's suspended in the air. This is the return and then this is the go. The return and go. Got the train set up. I have all of the items coming in. Ta-da. So we're going to turn on self-driving. Once this train leaves this station, I'm going to start a stopwatch. We're going to see how long this takes. Honk. There we go. And we're off. First official test coming at you. That took so long. That took about 1.5 minutes to just get up there. This is so high. Oh, man. Okay, so a little rough on that landing there, but that's fine. It was to be expected. But from A to B, I just also now realized something. Hold on. I always mess this up. Unload. Okay, that took 4 minutes. And we're gonna wait for the honk and just do the same on the way back and time it completely to see how long it takes to get back. All right, so full loop, about 7.5 minutes. But now we need to ride this all the way back because we need to see if the storage is working. But I won't show this all again. We're just gonna go up this bumpy road. So the train should be dropping off here shortly. And honestly, the dimensional depot should be filling up. Check these dimensional depots. Yup. All right. Yup. Okay. We're getting there. So I should be seeing stuff come up these soon, hopefully. Oh, there's some. What is this? Reinforced iron plates. Okay. Oh, rods. Okay. And yes. Okay. No screws yet? Really? Oh, that's right. I never dimensional depoted screws. So the screws are filling up the dimensional depot right now. Oh, okay. Okie dokie. Yeah. Okay. So I won't see screws for a minute until the stockpile goes all the way up to 2,500 and then it'll start filling. Oh, Megan. Omega. I'm wondering if I should have the sinks up here. That way this is constantly flowing. I might. Okay, yeah, that's what I might do. I might delete this top storage container on all of them, have that flow through here, go straight to this one, and then have a smart splitter do overflow, and then just have a bunch of sinks behind this, because I definitely have the room for it. And that way these are constantly flowing and never just like backed up, you know? So now there's going to be a really big boot because I got to attach all of these. I got to get trains running through them. I got to get all the stations and all the belts set up, all of the dimensional depots. And then after that, I say we just decorate a little bit, put some extra stuff down, and then we'll be done with this episode because it is kind of long. I actually don't know how long. I haven't edited yet. So, all right. So I'm going to go and do that. And we're going to get this party started, or keep the party going, I guess, because it's already started. Look at all those rods going up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, boop. I just now realized something, that I have this set up backwards. I want the dimensional depots after the storage containers. I need to bring this up one. Okay. I'll show you on the computer real quick. So this is how it's going to look. This will fill up. There will be a lift here going down. So I was close. I don't think I really need to move anything. I just need to flip those around because that'll go into the floor. And then this will just have like a little, I'll just have to lift the floor up a little bit, probably to like here instead, like the top of these, because if I run out of items from my inventory and then start pulling from the depot, after I'm done, the depot needs to start filling up again, which means it's going to need some input, which is from here. The train, I don't think it's going to be constant enough to keep the depots running. So actually, I'll have to redo it. And that way, with the floor being raised like that, I can still access from up here. I can still access these storage containers. But that way it has like a bottom portion that'll feed into the dimensional depots. Okay, I got to do that. Okay, after some hard work and after a lot of trial and error, I think I have a system that I am happy with. The original plan was to take these materials and force them up here. If it got overflowed, it would come across here and down to the sinks. And then it would come up through here, come into these bins, and then go down underneath to get put into the dimensional depots. Great system, works great. But if these were all full, these would just be stuck here on these belts, not moving. And I want to see all the motion at all times, right? I think this is a very cool site. This is super cool. And so what I did is I removed this top storage container and then push them all the way to the back with a smart splitter doing the any in here, and then overflow is going back down all the way down into the sinks. That way we'll always get motion, but we'll still be sinking the extra resources. This all right here could have been done so much differently, but because I already had the blueprints laid out, I didn't really want to mess with the blueprints here. So I went with it and tried to work my way around. But honestly, from the floor, that doesn't look half bad. You know, like I know these belts are all over the place going to the sinks and all that. And I did a sink for each one, mainly because of the fact that a lot of these belts, especially with like the copper and the wire, are transporting, 480. That's not a lot of resources, and I need this thing to be constantly moving. So I just did that. I'm going to do one for each. And I also hooked up all the trains that I could. I think the only things I have not transported are the computers and the heavy modular frames from my factory over here. And it's because it's only 2 items and I want to fill a train of 4. I was going to do it with my plastic and rubber, but that would have to transport my train from here all the way down to here and back. And it's just kind of a lot. So I was like, let me just make the quartz and the silica, come up with it, because I do need that as well. So for this one up here, I had to extend the station by another one because of an issue that we will go and see right now. Actually, we can go and see that the issue over at the main factory, not the main factory, the plastic and rubber factory. All right. So by the time that train gets packed to this station here, it will be full of plastic, rubber, quartz, and silica. I changed this around a little bit so that the train coming down will go around this plant here. Oh, there goes So the reason this has 2, like I said, it gets very heavy This is practically full of everything, right? So it gets very heavy. And the trains work like normal trains in real life. The friction against the tracks, if it's constantly turning and going up at the same time, it will slow down. So I had to add an extra engine there, which is fine. It fit in everything. But for the future, I will have to make my factories higher up. Why is this? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something is not pumping correctly. Okay, I figured out the problem. Yeah, so this backed up. That's what it was. This backing up screwed up the whole system. That is exactly what it was that backing up. Okay. So now I cleared out the system of plastic. Now I should be getting more heavy oil residue. Holy crap. Luckily, I'm not using my max cons, but Jesus. So yeah, materials from here go up and to the station, come back around, come back down here. But what I really liked is what I did with the main base over yonder. So I think I have a hypertube launcher over here that I could use. Maybe I wanted to put it on top. I literally built all of them on top of here, and then I realized that's stupid because I literally said I wanted to do it under here. So this is what we have. We have 4 stations. All of them come down. I have all of the blocks and path signals laid out. They come and pick them up. They come from down there and go up there as well. This is also why I need to build my factories higher, because this ain't going to cut it all the time, especially for like bringing materials and such. But this is a cool little visual. I brought all of the materials that I'm making in here and just sending them on their way. We got plates, we got rods, screws, this is reinforced iron plates. This is concrete, wire, cable wire, copper sheets. This is steel encased, and so on and so forth. Even motors and stators are going that way. Not a lot being made in the motor stator department, but a little is better than nothing. And so, yeah, this has been a project and a half. This took me a little longer than I expected it to, but now what I want to do is I want to decorate. I wanted this looking good, and I want to place my hub and everything in here. So this will be the official main base. And what I'm standing on now, I decided that I want to do like your typical like UFO with like the center base where usually the alien sits. And I made this perfect circle with a great a curve maker mod that I want to do, and then probably just bubble it over. I am going to have to use like the crisscross glass because I don't really want to install too many mods, and you know, that's the best I can do. And I think it'll look cool. And I have a certain thing I want to do on the inside that if I pull this off, it'll be pretty freaking cool. Oh, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I'm going to do some experimenting and everything. But now is this is honestly probably the final step for now, because I'm ready to get this video out. I'm ready to complete phase 3 and everything and start moving on. So I want to spend a lot of time decorating, figuring out what I want to do with the rest of the UFO, get my hub in here, get everything settled. I don't think I'm going to bring my space elevator over. I think the space elevator is going to be golden right there, you know, because I don't want to put it on top of the UFO. And honestly, I can have it anywhere, and it'll be a while till I need it again. So I'm not going to worry about moving the space elevator. Now it's just about getting everything taken care of here. All right, this is the fun part. This is what I get excited for. Let's do it. Let's get it done here right this instant. I hate doing this, and I don't think I've ever done it before. I've come to the realization that I need to make this video in 2 parts, because I have been hard at work trying to get this UFO to look amazing, as you can see behind me. But there's still so much to do, and it's been about 2 months since I uploaded a video. Oh man, but I don't want to reveal an unfinished product. Why do I have to be so ambitious? No, but seriously, okay, this is going to be part 1, because I'm going to show you that in a second. It's been, you gotta see it around, that's so funny. It's been about 2 months since I started recording this video. And with all my time constraints and everything and how much I want to put into this build, as you can see internally, I have nothing other than what I've already showed you guys. And then same thing with down below. I literally, nothing has changed, and I've just been working on the outside, and I just have like this on the inside. So I don't even have a way to get back up safely. But before I end the video, I do want to show you what I have been working on, because honestly, I'm pretty proud of it. So starting with the upper walls, I have this kind of cool lighting design that makes it looks like little window ports are lighting up, kind of like on the side of the Death Star, like a Star Wars ship. Don't worry about me down there. I'm just freaking out. But those giant circles are going to be windows. I'm gonna cut all that out and put some glass in there, make it look all nice. And that's going to be on each of the sides. You can see I have about 2 of them done, but these take a while. That is for sure. The top of the UFO ship features this cool circuit board like design that features a bunch of blueprints that I had created especially for this, as well as beams and columns used to look like the wiring, and I think it turned out great. I am so proud of how this turned out. And the little center areas are going to be just for like production that'll peek through the roof. It'll look really cool. I have some very good ideas for that for when it comes to production inside of the UFO. And now for my favorite part of the whole build, the alien. Yes, I actually put an alien in the ship. This guy was a whole problem and a half trying to get him together. Thank you, Blueprints, and thank you to the people that put on that spheres and the quarter spheres on any Blueprint website. You guys are the best. But yes, this alien who I have yet to have a name for, I think I'm going to call him Asaka. ASAKA, Asaka, stands for all-seeing, all-knowing alien, because that's what he is. I'm gonna create some backstory for this guy, right? Well, I'm gonna get some lore up in this bitch. But he is all-seeing. He watches over the entirety, makes sure he was sent by Ada to make sure we are doing our job, but all he wants is peace and love. That is supposed to be a peace sign. I tried my best, guys. I'm working with the same materials you are. And then our hub is sitting on his hand. He has graciously let us sit our hub on his hand so that whenever we die, we can come back and look right at him, or whenever we need to go to the next phase. But if you come up here to his thumb, you go in here, you go inside his body, again, incomplete. I know it looks ugly. And then this will lead down into there, different places. It's kind of maybe the one of the hypertube hubs. I don't know. But if we go up here, we are now in this guy's brain. We are in his head, and his head is the MAM. That's where we have the MAM, we have the crafting bench, we have the awesome shop, and we have our equipment workshop. I think it turned out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm not going to lie. All right. So that's basically what I have done. I would like to get part 1 of this video out because this is just going to take me so long to complete, but I am doing it. I want to complete it. I want it to look nice. I have to do the inside. I have to continue the sides, and I have to do the bottom. It's so much work. But that's what I get for shoving this all in one video. We did a lot, actually. We did the grid. I think I should have stopped at the grid, to be honest. But I wanted to see if I could fit it all in one episode, and my ambitions got the better of me. But that's okay. We will get this done. And I am super excited for that. So if you want to see more, if you're excited for the next part, leave a like, a comment, a subscribe down below. Leave a subscribe for Asaka. Leave a like for Asaka. You might as well, you know. He's amazing. He's not strict. He's super chill. He lets me sit on his head. Look at this. All right. But I will talk to you guys in the next episode. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Okay, peace.